Chatas, one should not bother, which is even whether it's a favorable, unfavorable, righteous, unrighteous, one should reject and elevating oneself beyond that four Purusharthas. That's one part. Second thing, one should render to the divine couple, Radha and Krishna. And the third, how to do that in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu represents both Krishna and Radha in his mood. That's what is discussed here. I'll go to the next one, theme 2. Theme 2 is, I think, more elaborately Prabhuji explained on that, and that's meant relevant to us. To make one's heart steady and determined to follow the path needs to understand the 11 Ekadashas. That is our swabhavas, how we understand, relate with that. And Prabhuji has taken the example of Vijay Kumar. He has integrated that example, and we see. So again, quickly, Sambandha, those 11 are Sambandha, Vayas, that is Vayasa, then Nama, Rupa, Yutha, which group it follows, Vesha, it's Ajna, I believe it's Ajna, that is the instruction
Ajna.
to us.
Ajna.
That is the, in Marathi word also that.
And, Ajna, order.
Order, yes, order. Then Vasa, residence, Seva, and Prabhuji explained little more details on Parakasta, Seva. That is coming to the highest. And then there is last is a Paliya Dashi, Dashi Bhava. How in the footsteps of Gopis or Radha's group, one has to understand that mood and prepare oneself. I think that is the theme of that. Let's get back before we go. Jiva Goswami, did he, through his teaching, recommended us Vipralamba or Sambhoga? Basically, it says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu outside the pure transcendental Parkiya Bhav is a more prominent. Swarupa Damodar Goswami is the sole guru of transcendental Parkiya Bhav. In turn, he gives that gives the knowledge to Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami. But he is the one who has seen Chaitanya closely, his close associate, he is a servant of Krishna, and he has seen those mood, and that is how forms the 6 Goswamis mood and mission also. That second thing, while Jiva Goswami never independently prescribed a Swakiya Bhav, but he sees that exists in Vraja Gopis and some in a specific case of Samartha Rati, that's what is there. And consequently, he left the instruction for his devotees, both Swakiya and Parkiya. But again, throughout all that, Parkiya Rasa is more prominent, as Prabhuji walked us through that. Then again, sentiment, second theme, that's Sambandha. More details we are discussing here. In a Sambandha, that is the relation with the Lord Krishna and Radha. How the relations are form. Basically, one of these rasas, one is Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, and basically Madhurya Rasa. Again, being feminine, Parkiya Bhav, Vijay Kumar, again, that is how he is there, and we'll see more details on that. So that was the first one, Sambandha. Prabhuji has given more details on that because that's prime everything. Then Vayasa. So the age is a childhood age of 10 to 16. Prabhuji explained it's not just child, youth, middle age. That is where budding age is there, and the Bhava is just blossoming. Then Nama, again, a lot of things are interpreted in relation with Vijay Kumar. Eternal name, he is that of a maid servant of Vishaka Saki. His Swarupa was explained. His Nama, his Guruji has given eternal proper name to him. Rupa, his Rupa is eternal Rup. Siddha Rupa is revealed to him. Again, now how he should get prepared. Through him, we learn lesson to Vijay Kumar. Yutheshwaris, Prabhuji explained as previously also, there are different groups. Radha, and particularly this Vijay Kumar form Radha's group under And basically the intrinsic desire to be attendant of Iteshwari, and different forms are there. Prabhuji has explained very detailed. Then race codes are explained again. Then instruction to us, that is the Ajna. Whatever seva during the Asta Kalya Leela, Prabhuji explains so nicely. 3 or 24 hours of Leela, except when Radha goes to her home and Sakis goes back. Other than this uninterrupted Leelas going on, that was really eye-opening. And how one should meditate on that. That was Prabhuji's explanation, Charu Prabhuji's explanation. And Vasa is a resident. Prabhuji explains that everybody may not have opportunity to live in Brajadham, but that Dharma could be built wherever he is there, and make that place as a, Golak, that Dham of Krishna's Leela. Then 9th and 10th separately Prabhupada has taken again continuation of that. That is a seva. Details of Vijay Kumar seva. Being her maid servant of him in a Radha's group, how to behave with that. Sometimes Krishna may give wants to enjoy with the gopis or the maid servant directly, but his loyalty, that is what Prabhuji explained in last previously few. Then next again on that Parakasta, that is the highest. The book comes to an end. This is what is the required utmost summit of the emotions. Everything is emotion. Though in a rasa, no emotion, there's no devotion, and there's no getting love of Radha and Krishna, the divine couple. Then Prabhuji also explained Sri Vilapa Anjali, giving desire of a devotee to be part of the Radhas or Kunj, one of the Kunj, how one should have the bhava of the devotees. Prabhuji said, Hey Radhe, I am passing my days and night in a torment. That should be the mood, with the singular hope that I may obtain the ocean of immortal nectar. So kindly shower your grace upon me, for deprived of your mercy of what is there. What use of my life? That is the mood. That is the real mood of everything. Now, since time is again concluding in a minute. So theme 2 continues with Palya Dashi Bhav. Again, how to prepare one. This is the preparation to serve Radha and Krishna in their pastime, which is really confidential. So characteristics of Palya Dashi Bhav. There are details are there. How does Palya Dashi conduct herself with Krishna, with Sri Krishna and Lalita Devi? There are different Yuteshwaris, different groups in the same group or with other groups. Nice training. Unfortunately, we don't see that kind of training in the material world, but kind of training we see here, so wonderful. Now, quickly, I want to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, how he lives so much of the knowledge. This rasa, those are not there in any of the scripture. Only we learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Swarup Dhamma Goswami and Swarup Dhamma Goswami giving to Raghunath Das Goswami and some other disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that's how we get it. So quickly names, because I can't stop glorifying them. Swarup Damodar Goswami is a process of worshipping in with transcendental rasa, that Rasamai Upasana. Prabhuji has explained so nicely on that. Nityananda Mahaprabhu preaching the glory of Nama, Nama Tattva. Rupa Goswami area of Sampradaya manifest Rasa Tattva. Sanatan Goswami, he elaborated the relation Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti, explained esoteric relation between Prakat and Aprakat, Leelas. Jiva Goswami, again, he's one who of the literature and the knowledge. It's a Sambandha, Abhiday and Prayojan, who is the foundation of, again, Sampradaya. Then Ramananda, right? Again, intricacies of Rasa Tattva, we hear that Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, philosophical truth about absolute reality. Then prominent Gaudiya followers in a bank how to awaken faith in Krishna Bhakti. The Raghunath Bhatt, glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, Gopal Bhatt protect and preserve transcendental Sringar Rasa, very prominent, and this is what we are talking today. And Prabhupada Goswami, Guru and uncle of Gopal Bhatt Goswami, preaching the glories of glories and cultivating the spontaneous attachment to Vraja Rasa. It brings to the last slide on that, which is basically Sri Swarupa Damodar on Sri Rasamai Upasana, primarily internal path and external path. He related internal to the Raghunath Goswami, and through his Sri Mana Shiksha, we are learning these details. External path he gave to Vakreshwar, and through him it has come down to Sri Gopal Guru Goswami and few inspired. So that's all. Wonderful.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Radhavendra Prabhuji. Wonderful. Good. Nicely done. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Krishna Prabhupada. Welcome back. So, as we just said, today is the last 48th lesson of this Sri Jaiva Dharma. So let's go. It's a relatively short lesson, so hopefully we should be able to do it rather quickly. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes, Vaiji, yes.
Okay, so this is the fourth part, lesson 48, chapter 40. And this is about what we are going to learn is the progressive stages of attaining Krishna Prema. And finally, the Phalashruti. Phalashruti means if you hear the way it has been described, Sri Jaiva Dharma, what particular benefit that is bestowed upon the student, that we will see. Okay. So there are 6 themes that I came up, and finally we will draw some conclusions. So there are different kinds of dasha. What is dasha means in Sanskrit? Dasha means different kind of state of mind, different stages of development, cultivation. That is what dasha, not dasha, dasha. Okay, dasha means figure, count 10. Dasha means the stage. So Shravana dasha, that is the stage of a devotee when he's hearing. So the quality of hearing is very important. So we will see different divisions, how a devotee ought to hear in order to progress further, to ultimately realize the sampati. Sampati means the wealth. Wealth, not material wealth, the spiritual wealth. Spiritual wealth is Krishna Prema. So that is number 1. Number 2, what is called Varana Dasha. Varana Dasha means that the devotee now accepts whatever he's getting, whatever he's being endowed with, that he's very humbly accepting that. So that's called Varana Dasha. Then called Smarana Dasha. Smarana Dasha means that is the stage of remembrance. And then Bhavapna Dasha. Bhavapna means that's the stage at which we develop spiritual ecstasy, the emotional swings that the devotee feels. And then 5th is the Prema Sampati Dasa. Prema Sampati Dasa means the stage of attaining the supreme wealth of Krishna Prema. And then, of course, we will hear about the Shruti Phala of Sri Jaiva Dharma and some final concluding remarks of this both devotee, Vrajnatha and Vijay Kumara. What happens to them? So this is a composite slide which talks about the Shravana Dasha, the stage of hearing. There are two types of Shravana Dasha, the stage of hearing. There is a particular order in which a devotee ought to hear. When he does not follow that order, we'll call Kramahina, Kramahim without a particular order. Krama means the order on which we hear. So it's an unmethodical or irregular hearing. Not only the order in which this devotee is hearing, but even sometimes present, sometimes is not. So the regular hearing of these classes is also very, very beneficial. And if you don't do that, then you don't derive the full benefit. Okay, so under that heading, Kramahina Dasha, this little box that says, such hearing does not lead to realize the relationship between the various leelas, nor the rasas awakening in the heart. So this is the drawback. Okay, so there are two ways rasahina.
Prabhuji, are you sharing the screen? Sorry, I'm able to see the first screen only.
You're not able to see. Rest of you, are you able to see the screen?
Oh, no, Bhaiji. No.
No. So let
me use the first screen only.
Prabhuji, change the slide. Change the slide, Prabhuji.
Only the slide.
How about this one now? Let me do it again. Let me do it again. So this in my says that I'm resuming the sharing.
No, got abhi Bhaiji, abhi we got it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is the slide, as I told you, the composite slide. Okay, there are two types, Shravana Rasa and this left portion. So we will focus one by one. Okay. Are you able to see now the screen? Haribol?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the right hand portion. I just read this much about it, okay? And then Krama Shuddha Shravana Dasha, hearing methodically in a regular order with which, and then, so there are three requirements required for that, okay? I think there's a focus on this portion only. Let me see that. Yeah, this is the one. So Shravana Lila, no, that is a different thing. So let's go through that. So we already discussed when a devotee is not following a particular order in which he should be hearing, or he's not hearing on a regular basis. Okay? And due to his irresolute intelligence, so his intelligence is not fully committed to it. So such hearing, what happens, consequences of such hearing, that it does not lead to realize the relationship between various leelas, nor the rasas awakening in the heart. Okay. And if one follows a recommended way of hearing, Krama Siddha Shravana Dasa, hearing methodically in a regular order and with resolute intelligence, resolute determination, then what are the outcomes? Krishna Krama Shuddha, okay, is when one hears Ashtakaliya Leela that we just discussed yesterday, separately from the Naimitika Leelas. So there are two kinds of Leelas. That one kind of Leela is happening all the time, and the other kind of Leela is not happening all the time. Like Krishna Janma, okay, the divine birth, that is, of course, is not happening all the time. Whereas Ashtakaliya Leela is a Nitya Leela, his daily routine of how he spends his 24 hours, that is called Nitya Leela, okay? To distinguish from that which is not happening all the time, like his divine birth. So, awakening of the rasas in the heart, so because that's what Vijay Kumar is asking, how come this kind of rasa is not manifesting in my heart? You know, of course, he's on a regular basis, he's hearing. Shiksha Guru is explaining awakening of the rasas in the heart, along with experience of the sweetness and charm of such leelas that lead to intense greed, laulyam, to perform Raganuga Bhakti that appears in the heart of the listener. Only when you hear this particular way, Nitya Leela, this Ashtakaliya Leela, heavy emphasis is placed on that relative to other pastimes, his Krishna Janma and so on, like that, okay? So Shravana Dasa is considered completed when one realizes the eternity of Krishna Leela, when it completely captivates the mind and heart and commencement of Varana Dasha. So that is what we are made to understand, that we follow a particular order in which it ought to be hearing, okay? And with full determination, commitment, commencement, then it is considered that you have successfully passed the Shravana Dasa, or the Shravana or the hearing stage of this particular bhakti. And then you make progression into the next level of advancement, and that is Varana Dasha, okay? This portion we'll talk about here. So that's also related to Shravana. So there is a Shravana of Krishna Leela Katha from a materialistic person that you hear versus from a devotee. There's a gulf of difference. And what is the end result? How can you tell whether the speaker is qualified, is devotee or not? You know, because the one who is truly a devotee, and if you hear Krishna Katha from him, then that irrevocable faith in the heart is generated in the students, in the audience. So speaker from which you hear is very, very important. From a materialistic person, if you hear, that kind of hearing happens by chance and not because of that particular shraddha of faith. Only shraddha stabilizes your bhakti and continue making progress. Otherwise, your progress is getting stunted. Okay. So Shravan of Krishna Leela Katha from a sadhu, from a saintly personality, in the state of being favorably disposed, antarmukha dasha, you know, that is what it counts. So there is a cumulative bhakti unmukhi shakti, shakruti. Sukruti, krati means something, good deeds, sukruti, okay? So if you hear and you keep accumulating that right way of hearing from a right source, right kind of speaker, then your face, your heart turns towards Krishna. So that is called Bhakti Anmukhi Sukriti, and that must continue many lifetimes sometimes, and that's how one develops this transcendental Shraddha, okay? And that is awakened in the heart, and that is where it is considered Shravana Dasha has been successfully completed. So the leftmost portion that you hear is an example illustrating this particular finding. O dear king, in the place where pure devotees live, following the rules and regulations, and thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness and hearing and chanting, so that laulim should be produced. Okay, that is the kind of criteria on which you can judge whether you heard it right in a particular order and from a particular source. Okay, so one can get a chance to hear the constant flow of nectar that laulium develops. More you want to hear from that kind of personality. Your faith is becoming stabilized and becoming stronger and stronger each and every day. Okay, so there is like a waves of river. One will forget the necessity of life, namely hunger and thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and illusion. These are the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so now you come to the next stage, Shravana Dasha. Shravana Dasha, which we already discussed. I read it again. This is a more focused portion of it that I just read. Okay, and this is that left portion that also I read. This is a more blown up, zooming in slide. So now we are making successful hearing, and then we graduate and come to the next higher level, and that's called Varana Dasha. Okay, Varana Dasha, that is the stage of acceptance. Acceptance of what? That is what we discuss here. Spontaneous attachment of the heart that is
Prabhuji,
bound. Yeah.
again, sorry, not able to see the next slide that you, I don't know whether others are able to see right now.
Are everybody able to see this slide, which I'm showing
Prabhuji,
now?
we are still on slide 3. We are
Yes.
still on slide 3.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. See, I'm speaking from somebody else's home.
Yeah. Next slide. This, yeah. Yes, okay, we can see Prabhuji. We can see that.
So this screen you are able to see then, you said.
Yes.
So this is the 7th slide.
Yes, Prabhuji, now we are on 7th.
Yes.
So now you see that full screen? Are you able to see the full
Yes.
screen of the 7th slide?
Yes.
Okay, so this
Yes,
is
Prabhuji.
this is Varana Dasha. We were discussing about Varana Dasha, right? This one, 6th slide. So this is a Varana Dasha, that is a stage of acceptance. What is it that? So again, this is a fish bone way of showing it. That means there's a progression from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a progressive stage. If stage 1 is successfully done, then you make progression to the stage 2. And when stage 2 is properly done, then only you can progress to stage 3. This is onwards like that. So what is this particular first step? Spontaneous attachment of the heart is bound in the Leela by the shackles of the Ekadasha Bhavas. We discuss about these 11 Bhavas that one needs to have developed, manifest. So that is the criteria. If you experience that 11 Bhavas, then that is considered that your heart, within your heart, that attachment for hearing Krishna Leela is now taking root. Okay. And once,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we are on slide 7. It is showing Shravana Dasha, not Varana Dasha.
I don't know what else.
May
On one
I
hand, you are
share
saying
this?
that you are able to see that, and second moment you are not able to see it. So I have no way of finding out what's going on now.
Prabhuji, it is showing slide number 7, which is Smarana Dasha, but you are talking about Varana Dasha.
Because on my screen it's showing that slide number 6. Do you see slide number 6, which is at the bottom showing number 6? You're not seeing, able to see that? No?
We are seeing number 7. We are seeing number 7.
It's not. My
Prabhuji, may
screen
I
is.
share the screen for you? May I share
Okay,
the screen
please.
for you?
Maybe that might help. Let's try that.
So if you can stop sharing, I'll share.
Okay, then I will discuss seeing your screen. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let me first turn off this thing. Stop sharing. Okay, go ahead. Share the screen. Do you have my PowerPoints?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Can you show the full screen?
Yeah, it is full screen at my end, Prabhuji. It is not showing full screen at your end.
Okay, now I'm seeing it full screen on my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is slide number 6, and that is the one Varana Dasha. That is what we were discussing about. Okay. And number 1 that you see in the top left portion is spontaneous attachment. You should be able to see it if you're doing it right way of hearing. So now you are progressing to the acceptance stage. That means your heart is accepting. That's how your heart is now attached to the leelas of the Lord. And then you are being wrapped. Shackled means wrapped by these 11 kinds of bhavas. That also we discussed earlier. Then you make further progress. Then you see these anubhavas, okay? Weeping, the disciple falls before his spiritual master's lotus feet, just as is happening to Vijay Kumara, in such a great emotion that he couldn't control, because of the mercy of his guru, Shiksha Guru, he has been able to come to this particular stage. So these are the criteria by which, or meter by which he can judge how far he has progressed on this path. In the third stage, the spiritual master's original form is a Sakhi is manifested. So he now sees that his spiritual master was also a Sakhi in Vrindavan Leela. Fourth stage, the disciple manifests his original form. So not only he sees his guru's original form, but his own form is a gopi servant, maid servant, like in the Manjari Bhava, that also he could see himself. So he has gone to that particular higher and higher stages. Number 5, the disciple is agitated to engage in devotional service, but now not in an ordinary way, but just as the gopis do. So in a gopi bhava, the devotee has progressed to that stage. The gopi bhava is generated in his heart. Okay. Number 6, by serving the spiritual master, the disciple attains the supreme goal of life. What is the supreme goal of life? Krishna Prema. So the devotee now is experiencing such prema towards Krishna. That's why he's able to, incessantly, continuously, without any help, the tears are rolling from his eyes, and he is so grateful to his guru that he is now begging such a mercy at the lotus feet of his guru. Number 7, the disciple becomes a beautiful girl in Vraja, not only realizes, but physically he sees himself as that beautiful young girl. The Gopi particularly, not Gopi Bhava, but even addition to Gopi herself, she sees that particular form within himself. 8, so in his Varana Dasha state and form as a Sakhi, the spiritual master gives him the residence in Vraja. So are you everybody able to understand this? Progressively higher and higher stages being accepted by the devotee, by the mercy of his guru. Are you able to understand these 8 stages? And now I'm going to the 9th stage. The spiritual master orders him to take shelter of Krishna's holy name and meditate on the Lord's pastime. Of course, he has been meditating, chanting all the time, but now within his chanting, this ecstatic bhavas are being generated, and that is what he's experiencing all these particular ecstatic symptoms. So that is called Varana Dasha stage. So look at the bottom of the slide. So now he feels so grateful to his guru, and he is now bowing down in such intense humility. He puts a straw in his mouth, holding with his teeth. That is a way to express his humility, that he is lower than even a grass, a little insignificant grass, that he feels himself like that. So this person offers respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, unto the Guru, and this person is very, very unhappy. Please bring him to life by sprinkling him with nectar of service to you. So then Guru actually prays to Krishna on behalf of his disciple, so that the Lord Krishna could accept him. So by his recommendation, by his insistence, by his own prayers on behalf of his disciple that he is making. Look at the great fortune of such a disciple. Then he's further praying, O Gopi friend of Sri Radha, as merciful Lord Krishna never rejects a surrendered soul. So it's like a parampara, disciplic succession. Siksha Guru is praying, but he's praying through the Guru Yuta group of Sri Radha's group. So if he belongs to the Sri Vishakha's group, he follows and respects the particular hierarchy. Ultimately, Krishna listens and follows the recommendation coming from Sri Radha through the disciplic succession. That is what we see here. O merciful Lord Krishna never rejects a surrendered soul, even a soul who has performed many misdeeds. Of course, that's in the past. In the same way, I request that you please do not reject a person like me. Just as Guru is praying, okay, just as you mercifully overlooked my shortcomings and you accepted me in your service, same way I appeal to you to please accept my disciple also in the same spirit. So do you understand this? That disciple has gone to that particular stage. So his Guru himself is praying on his behalf. That is the call acceptance, Varana Dasha stage. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so now we are making progress towards Varana Dasha. Okay, that is a stage of remembrance. Remembering what? So again, that's a progressive stages 1 through 9, just as like previous. That's why this particular way of mind mapping. So then when Guru was explaining all this and he was quoting that verses that we read before, so in that verse, the Sanskrit term comes, Kuryat Vasam Raje, that a devotee should be establishing his residence in Vrindavan. That when it came, that struck the mind of Vijay Kumara. So he's asking what that actually means, whether it's really physically meaning or mentally. We were talking about the yesterday's seminar, yesterday's class was the same, right? What yesterday we learned, that the best recommended way that you must, if you are able to do it, you should spend time, establish residence, and your bhakti, you set it up in Vrindavan. But if you're not able to do it, and that is the situation, unfortunately, for many of us, then you set up Vrindavan consciousness, okay? And then you'll feel the same kind of response. So that is what now Vrajakumar is asking his guru to clarify the doubt happening in his mind. What exactly is intended? So number 2, Vrajavase actually means to physically live in Vraja. That is true, physically. That is what desirable. The place where the Lord enacts his sweet pastimes, according to Jaiva Goswami. If you are not able to do it physically, then let it be materially. You create the consciousness, Vrindavan consciousness. Prabhupada used to say in many of his purports that when you invoke this Raga Bhakti, regardless of where you are, then you're developing this Vrindavan Bhava, Third point, be a follower of a particular gopi. So now that you are there in Vrindavan, hopefully physically, but if you're not physically, mentally is accepted, okay, in that particular bhava, but then you should go a step further, step higher, that you should particularly have a keen leaning towards a specific gopi, just like Braja Kumara had a leaning towards Vishaka Devi, right? We heard that. So that is what you have to have. And you want to worship, serve Krishna in the same kind of mood that you have the liking for that particular gopi. So Vishaka Bhava, let's, for the lack of right word, let's assume that is Vishaka Bhava, okay? Each gopi has their own way of serving the divine couple. Number 4, engage gross body in Vaidhi Bhakti. So both Vaidhi Bhakti and Raga Bhakti can go in parallel, unlike step by step, provided. So Vaidhi Bhakti, you do it by your gross body, but internally, especially subtle body, Linga Sharira, Mano Buddhi Ahankar, mentally, using your intelligence, that you should do it with this Ekadasa Bhava, 11 Bhavas, and then meditate on the pastimes of a liberated Sakhi in Vrindavan, in Vraja. I hope you are following this progressive stages, okay? How one develops to other develops to higher. Every successful stage that you complete, you reach the next higher level. Number 7, when the heart attains a Raga Bhakti, your gross body is rendering Vaidhi Bhakti, okay? But your subtle body, but that's where it talks of mental state, meditation, and your buddhi, intelligence, is totally fixed in this kind of bhakti on a particular gopi. You have a particular leaning towards that, and how that gopi serves Krishna in a specific way, in a specific bhava. In that bhava, you also learn, molded in that bhava. Okay, and that will be determined. Stage 8, there is an alternate path towards what you discuss about this now, and that's called Upasya Nishtha. Nishtha is the steadiness, fixed intelligence. Okay, so Upasya, that is talked about in Mana Siksha, verse 3, and that is shown at below here. First, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami, always meditating on Krishna as the object of one's love, and always live in Vraja, desiring to become like them. The sadhaka and siddha, sadhaka is a practitioner, siddha means who has perfected. And both kinds of devotees should always live in Vraja. So that is undoubtedly staying in Vraja is the most recommended way. But if you're not, that at least subtle body, mana buddhi ahankar, that you engage in serving. Why Vraja residence is being emphasized? Because you want to serve Vraja Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna, who is the one Rasa Murti, Akhila Murti. He is the one who is embodiment of the rasa is there. That is exactly why this is being heavily emphasized to have residence in Vraja, and the same kind of devotee association that allows you the benefit of that. Desiring to become like them, the sadhaka and siddha devotee should always live in Vraja. So even if you have perfected one, you still should continue to stay in Vrindavan or Vrindavan consciousness. In this way, the wise understand that activities of Vaidhi Bhakti, which begins with hearing and chanting, O mind. So now, Raghunath Das Goswami, in his Mana Siksha, O mind, listen to me. If you desire to reside in Vraja, birth after birth, and if you desire, so at least manokamana, buddhi, your desire should be there, laulyam should be there. Physically, you're not able to do it, but your heart is longing for that. That ought to be there. Okay. Oh mind, listen to me. If you desire to reside in Vraja, so then someday, by Krishna's mercy, that will become possible for you. And if you desire to directly serve the youthful divine couple, then with great love, always remember and bow down before. So now, Dasa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, is recommending to seek the mercy of his guru that he learned by association, and that is Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was the Rasacharya, the Acharya of all the Rasas. Rupa Goswami in that line, Sanatan Goswami, and all the associates and followers that this verse in Mana Siksha we covered in that course. So I hope you followed this. Okay. Next slide. So let's take a break, 5 minutes break. So click the start button, Mataji. Click the start button at the bottom left.
No, Prabhuji, it will not work on my this thing because I'm just sharing the PDF.
Oh, I see. That's why. Exactly.
So I'll set an alarm on my mobile.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Chaur Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So it must be cold there, right? You are in Brampton, correct, Prabhuji?
Yes, I'm in Brampton. That's right.
Yeah, it's a much than Washington DC.
No, yeah, outside Washington DC is a little warmer, but in the
Yeah.
house, in the home, same warmth is the heater is there, right? You don't feel it.
Yeah, all are heated houses there, right?
Yeah, centrally heated,
Yeah. I'm really miss Prabhuji. You are my, first of all, you are
Yeah.
God, but
I
you
wish
are senior.
if you're
Yeah.
able to hear, tomorrow I'm giving a seminar in Milton, in the evening.
Yeah.
I still haven't heard directly from them, but the Premtam temple particular devotee who is in charge of all these things, Kamala
Yeah.
Gopi. I don't know if you know the name Kamala Gopi.
No, I don't know him, but Brampton Temple is also very. Go there. Normally, I go to the downtown
Oh, I
temple.
see. Okay.
Yeah, that is my but Brampton Temple. Our Guru Maharaj there. And Milton is a new addition. You will see many of your God brothers there.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. So this slide,
Yeah, thanks.
number 9, the sequence of this Upasya Nishtha, that this particular term we are hearing for the first time, what exactly it means, that now it's being explained here. Okay. The sequence of Upasya Nishtha and gradual purification by meditation on the Lord's Ashtakaliya Leela. So this, I keep telling you again and again, this Ashtakaliya Leela, devotee who wants to serve in Raga Bhakti level, the Raga Bhakti state, then he must do this thing, okay? So what is Upasya Nishtha? If one's sadhana, one's practice is in Swakiya Bhav, the result is Samanjasa Rasa. We heard about it before, in which the Seva Bhav to the divine couple is inhibited. That's strange, right? Why? Because Swakiya Bhav, the Rati at the lower stage, Samanjasa Rati, okay? Because there, as we learned previous lesson, that the intention is to enjoy Sambhoga, whereas the higher level Samartha Rati, the gopis have that their goal is not the Sambhoga. In fact, even in Vipralambha, they serve Krishna, even in separation. So Sambhoga is not the intention, it's not the goal. Okay? So that is the big difference. So therefore, the recommendation is this: perform bhajana, maintaining the spiritual ego. There's the right ego, right? So spiritual ego is the right ego. And then there's a false ego. It is the material conception of life. But now spiritual ego, you are in Krishna conscious stage, okay, which is desirable. So that bhav, when it develops, the characteristic of that bhav is this parakya bhav, because Rati is the superior one, Samartha Rati, leading to parakya Rati even at the sadhana stage. Now this is what really very interesting. When one gets to that particular stage, even in the practicing stage, the devotee is in that particular parakya bhav. Indeed, it is the Litya Rasa of the Vraja Apragata Leela that we discussed so much yesterday. So this now here it's not Apragata Leela, it's Aprakrita Leela. Prakrita means material platform. You are not seeing Vrindavan in the material platform. You are seeing Aprakrita, opposite of material, that is spiritual platform. You are experiencing the true Raja. So Raja Prema is in that superior level. So Aprakrita Rasa is so astonishing, variegated, and all pervading that it cannot be fathomed, it cannot be comprehended, it could not be understood fully because it's transcendental reality. That's the reason. It's simply indescribable in the word. It has to be experienced, then only you will understand. By simply trying to explain in words. So this is what Shiksha Guru is telling Vraja Kumara, that even if I try to tell you in mere words, it will not enter in your heart. You need to experience yourself, and time will come, you will do that. Okay, just like khavato jane, right? You taste yourself. If somebody admires the food so greatly, you still cannot experience that taste somebody express in words, no matter how eloquently you might do it. But unless and until you taste it yourself, the aswadan, the pleasure of that experiencing that bhava rasa, taste, you only will get, only you yourself do it. So Shiksha Guru was very blunt in telling Vraja Kumara, you develop the qualification when you are able to do it, and by mercy you will get it in due course of time. So then you will experience this aprakrita rasa. Aprakrita means the spiritual rasa, not of this material domain. And that's what is explained in Vraja Nilamani course, because it is shoreless, peerless, unfathomable, ununderstandable. I merely stand on the shore. So just like the whole huge vast ocean is there, but you cannot experience its depth. You remain on the shore of that ocean and just being able to guess the vastness. This is something like that. So this kind of spiritual rasa, you have to, because you are not able to taste it yourself. So you stay in the periphery of that rasa by the mercy of Guru and begin to experience, or at least imagine, the taste of that rasa. That is given in Ujjwal Nilamani. Next slide, please, Madhavi. So now the next stage, Bhavapna Dasha. Bhavapna Dasha means you now at that stage begin to actually experience the spiritual ecstasy, the bhavas like occurring the waves in the ocean. But the ocean is your heart now. So that vibrations, spandana, is getting, you are experiencing that kind of bhavas now. So when a diseased eye, this is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, text 26. And a very similar sounding verse is in Brahma Samhita also. When a diseased eye, just like if you have this jaundice, everything look yellow, right? Is treated with, and then if it is treated successfully, medicinal ointment is applied to that eye, he gradually regains being able to see the true color, not just this resemblance of yellowish color, His power to see. Similarly, as a conscious living entity cleanses himself of his material contamination by hearing and chanting the pious narration of my glories, he regains his ability to see me. Krishna is saying himself, this is in the Uddhav Gita to Uddhava, he's explaining that. And same sounding words are there in Brahma Samhita. Oh, I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are the devotee's eyes, anointed with the pulp of eye. He is seen in his eternal form, Shyama Sundara. That is the deity in Vrindavan, situated within the heart of everyone. So if you have developed Vrindavan consciousness, you should be able to visualize in front of your eyes, let's call Sphurti, momentary glimpse of Krishna. Okay, and then fades again. Next, if the Lord Apragata Lila, now it is unmanifest, not Apragata Lila, unmanifest, and the Pragata pastimes, manifest pastimes, are identical, then why are so Rajakumar is asking the question, in a sense both are same, Apragata and Apragata and Pragata, the only difference is that one is being able to see by the conditioned soul, the other kind, the Apragata Lila, that remains beyond his vision. While undoubtedly they are identical. So Shiksha Guru is now responding. So the question was, if they both are identical, then why are the Apragata Lila is being glorified as superior? So the reason is here. They are unidentical. The Pragata Lila can be seen and remembered by the conditioned soul in the material world. That's true. But the Apragata Lila, the unmanifest times, that conditional soul is not able to be seen or experienced, can only be seen by purified souls who have attained this bhava stage. So by the dint of pure devotional service, the devotees advance beyond Smarana Dasha stage and coming to this Bhavapna stage. So we can not only see a spiritual master as a Sakhi and Yutheshwari, the head of the gopis, but also see Krishna, Braj Krishna, that you are able to see at the Bhavapna stage. At the Bhavapna stage, the devotee is in complete control of both Sthula and a Linga Sharira. The gross body and material body is in complete control. Okay. However, only when he attains still higher stage than Bhavapna stage, that when he actually give up, shed off the Linga Sharira, the subtle body, then you are in liberated stage, right? And that stage is called Sampati Dasha. You get the wealth. Sampati means wealth, but not material wealth, spiritual wealth. You gain that spiritual wealth being able to visualize Krishna there as he is the greatest treasure to you. That means that Krishna Prema, that very highly coveted stage, you get at only at Sampati Dasa stage, even not at Bhavapna stage. Bhavapna stage, both Linga Sharira and Sthula Sharira is completely under his control, but he must shade off, drop his subtle body, then he will get a full, he's become the owner of Krishna Prema. So Bhavapna Dasa and Sampati Dasa are respectively called Swarupa Siddhi and Vastu Siddhi. Bhavapna Siddha is Swarupa Siddhi, where Sampati Siddhi is the Vastu Siddhi. Next slide.
I cannot see the slide.
They
Can't
finish
see the slide.
the end of the
Cannot see
slide?
the slide.
Okay.
I can't see the slide, Chandrabhai.
You can't see the slide? It's your own slide,
No,
your own
Yeah.
screen.
no, I cannot see. Both the pictures are yours. I cannot see the slide.
I cannot, because this screen is yours now.
I am able to
We
see
can
that.
see. I am able
Yeah.
to see, Prabhuji.
slide we have.
We cannot see the slide. I can't see.
No, we can see slide number 11.
Shall I reshare it, Prabhuji?
Charu Prabhuji left.
Yeah,
net
Charu
issue
Prabhuji is.
mostly.
I
Yeah.
guess he will log in again. Wait.
But Mataji, we can easily see the slide. I don't know, Mataji has some net issue over there. Maybe.
Up till now I used to see. After the break, I cannot see.
Okay, Mataji, I'll reshare it. See if you can see it now.
Hey,
Wait a
Mataji,
minute.
do one thing, log out, then again log in.
Okay, okay, I'll do that.
Try once.
Oh, now I can see. Yes, now I
Okay,
can see.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
Thank you,
reshared it
Edma.
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
done.
thank you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes,
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 Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got disconnected, that's why. Okay, so we are, did you hear the explanation of the difference between Bhavapna stage and the final Sampati Dasha stage?
Yes,
Were you able to
Prabhuji.
hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
so now I'm showing the 11th slide. Okay. Are you able to see this 11th slide?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I'm doing screen share. You can't see.
Oh, you are showing the screen. This is my screen now. I thought you said your own screen you could not see.
No, no, that was Harsha Mataji, not me, Prabhuji.
Oh, Harsha Mataji.
Yeah.
So continue then
Now
showing
she
your.
is able to see. Now she is able to see. Prabhuji, don't worry.
Okay.
But can you see, Prabhuji, my screen?
This
Yes,
is
See
my.
now.
Mataji. Yours is
Yeah,
visible.
Chandra, I can see now. I couldn't see the slides, any slides after the break. Now I can see.
So you see my screen then?
Not yours, Prabhuji. Samantha Mataji's screen is visible.
So it's Samathaba's screen. Samathabaji, can you
Yeah.
show the previous screen, number 10?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this Bhavapna stage, that is the one which I discussed. Did you hear that explanation? The distinction or difference between Bhavapna Dasha and the Sampati Dasha.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. We
You are
hear.
able to follow that? Okay, so then Mataji, go to the slide number 11 then. So 11th slide is this Prema Sampati Dasha, the stage of attaining the supreme wealth of Krishna Prema. So that Sampati Dasha that we were talking about, that Sampati means wealth, but spiritual wealth, that is Krishna Prema. So that is now what we are entering into it, what we are getting now, okay? Prema Sampati Dasha, at the stage of attaining the supreme wealth. So now the devotee is the possessor of the supreme wealth. Now he has gotten this Krishna Prema. Okay, let's focus on the topmost. The symptoms of Swarupa Siddhas of Bhavapna Dasha. So it's getting a little bit more technical, okay? But have little patience. What we are being told, but what are the symptoms? How can you tell that you are now at the Bhavapna stage and you become it's Siddha, you're perfected then. So these are the criteria. This is how you can tell yourself you are in that stage now. If a person is completely detached from material enjoyment and has developed pure ecstatic devotion, the very name Bhavapna, Bhava, that ecstatic symptoms when you begin to experience, that itself is the criteria that you can tell yourself you are at that stage now. Even if he is sometimes accidentally found not living up to the standard of devotional service, one should not be envious of him. This verse very similar. The verse 930 and 931 Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna says, when my devotee is chanting Hare Krishna, and then if he still falls down, then none of us have a right to criticize devotee. Krishna says, it is my job. I will rectify him from within. So he glorifies just for the fact that his devotee is chanting Hare Krishna. So this particular verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu sounds exactly like that to me. So one should not be envious of him. Only the most fortunate person can achieve such a success in his lifetime. When he is at the Bhavapna stage, Dasha, and he is perfected one, Sarupa Siddha. Okay? Those who are simply academic students, simply practicing, or simply academic stage, then cannot be appreciated. How such a development takes place. Okay, now we see the main portion. Prema Sampati Dasha, the stage of attaining that supreme wealth. Now he has perfected Siddhas. So how does one experience Krishna Prema? Rupa, Guna, Leela, everything about Krishna that is now being explained to him. That is the criteria. That's how you can tell you are that the Krishna's name. He has many, many names. Vraja Krishna, he's a Govinda, like that, you know. His Rupa is beauty, his transcendental attributes, the gunas, and his Madhura pastimes, sweet pastimes, and his abode. So everything connected with him in Vraja, that is now being experienced personally by such a devotee who has now gotten that the supreme wealth, that spiritual wealth, Krishna Prema, that he has attained. So the question then Vaishyakumar is asking, then why do Brahma Samhita and other such scriptures describe Goloka? If Vraja Prema, that is supreme, then, and relative to that, what about Goloka? Why Goloka is inferior to Vraja? So here the explanation. Unless and until one attains Vastu Siddhi at the Prema and that happens only in Prema Sampati Dasha, the stage of attaining the supreme wealth of Krishna Prema. So Vastu means object. So he is now perfected that particular object, the goal of attaining Krishna Prema. That is what happens at that point, not happens at just Bhavapna stage. Okay, so at that stage he's fully become liberated also. He shades his subtle body also, Mano Buddhi Ahankar. So he is now completely in his spiritual form. Not a material tinge is within him. So Vrajakumar's questions cannot be answered. Shiksha Guru says, I cannot answer you because I myself, what I've experienced, I cannot disclose to you. Okay, it is indescribable. That he openly admits. He has reached to that stage, but he's not able to, because this has to be personally experienced by a devotee to be able to tell what it is exactly. So at that Sampati Dasha, no further need to ask any questions. Everything's being already answered to him. So those performing bhajana in Gokula with nishtha, with steadiness, full determination, will have a spurti that I was telling you about, momentary glance, visual glance, a visual realization of Krishna's supreme wealth, the prema for him in their hearts. Goloka and Gokula are actually not different. You cannot say one being superior or one being inferior, okay? So be satisfied with whatever realization of the transcendental reality is being bestowed upon you. Okay, be happy as Krishna's mercy. And when Krishna sees fit, he will take you to that higher stage and give you personal experience of what it is like to have a perfected attainment of the supreme wealth of Krishna Prema according to his qualifications. Okay, next slide, Mataji. I think that's probably the last slide. 12th, please. That's about Falastuti now. Yes, that's right, Falastuti. Shruti Fala. No, 11th slide. What is 11th slide?
Conclusion, Prabhuji.
11th slide is continuous. So now 12th slide. Conclusions.
12th slide is conclusion.
Okay, so because the conclusion is stated in this chapter 40, Falastuti is stated separated from chapter 40 beyond that. So first conclusion of what happens to these two devotees. So Vrajanatha now become completely free of all doubts. Vijay Kumara. He fully awoke to his innate disposition and skillfully dovetailed all these Ekadasa bhavas that he developed in Krishna Leela. He renounced his grasta dress and is now taken up Babaji external clothes like Kopina and settled down in Bhajana Kutira on the seashore. Maintain his life by Madhukari, that is begging Krishna Prasada from the devotees. So externally his name now also changed. He became Nimai Das Babaji. He is no more Vijay Kumara. In ecstasy, constantly sheds tears, choked voice, head standing erect. Within a short time, he attained perfection. So he did succeed in attaining the full supreme wealth of Krishna Prema. And by the grace of Lord, he was bestowed the adhikara. Now, when at that stage, you already know, right? A devotee shades his subtle sarira, linga sarira. So now he attained the spiritual form. Okay. So he's completely left his gross body, subtle body and gross body both dropped. So he passed away. He left his body. He is now on a spiritual platform. That's what happened to Vijay Kumara. Now let's see what happened to Vrajanatha. Vrajanatha's mother passed away. So he left. His grandmother is still there. He left for his native place along with the grandmother. But remember, he was in a Sakya Prema, right? He was he had a leaning towards Subala. That is, so he's serving Subala in Sakya Rasa. So he attained that. Thus he resided in Navadvipa Dharma in association of sincere Vaishnavas and performing bhajana blissfully on the bank of Ganga. So now we hear about the Phalas Shruti Phala. When you hear the entire recitation of this Jaiva Dharma, and if you continue to practice yourself, because in this class only so much could be discussed in such a severely restricted time slot, allotted time span. I could not give full justice. It is only when you yourself study it deeply, then you will get this particular Shruti Phala. The real nature of the Jiva is pure devotion to Sri Krishna. That realization should dawn in your heart, free from all mundane contamination. By practicing pure devotion, the consciousness of the Jiva is purified, and is the fruit of such service, the Jiva attains prema. So the path is given, okay, and the necessary criteria, how you can tell what particular stage you are and how you are progressing, that also being explained to him. Okay, so now it's up to him to keep practicing. So he regularly studying this book. So by regularly studying this book, Jaiva Dharma, one develops pure devotion. However, by not reading this book, one deprives himself of the opportunity to tread the path of pure devotion. So everything what you hear, that you must internalize in your devotional life. And the way to do it, I share the secret with you. Way to do that, by yourself, you are not going to be successful. But whatever you learn, you teach to others now. More and more you teach to others, you will be making progress. And based on my own experience, I'm telling you. Third point, reading Jaiva Dharma surely increases one's total commitment in this Raga Bhakti. In the footsteps of Rupanuga, okay, Rupa Goswami's instructions, the path of bhakti as enunciated by Srila Rupa Goswami. However, one who refuses to read this book, Sri Jaiva Dharma, is indeed faithless and devoid of dharma. So your job is not finished. Just as in Manasiksha, the same kind of information was given to us. We have to continue. And the way to continue this thing, now you teach to others. That's exactly now I realize why my Guru Maharaj gave me that instruction. So for the past 26 years, I've been doing that. And that's what I feel I'm beginning to experience this kind of feelings, Still, I have a long way to go. It might take several lifespans, okay? The faithful person who makes Jaiva Dharma his life companion and guide will realize without doubt the false prestige, empirical knowledge, academic knowledge, and fruitive activity are all worthless. Such a soul is rewarded with pure devotional service. So one who has bypassed all that, then he is going to be rewarded. He's going to be given this phala, fruit of hearing Jaiva Dharma. And what is that? Krishna, thus remaining eternally absorbed in satisfying Krishna and relishing the unlimited bliss of his seva. He renders that bhava, seva in Krishna's service by helping others to come to that platform. What I've been doing it, trying to do it. Hare Krishna. So that concludes the class and the course. So next, what we'll do, beginning next weekend means 3 sessions, we will actually go through, review each of these major parts, okay? So there are 48 lessons, to do it in 3 weeks, 3 sessions. It's a huge challenge, okay? But we are going to touch only the highlights. So just as you guys have been recapping, I'll be recapping the entire Jaiva Dharma in 3 sessions. So I'm going to face the same kind of challenge that Radha Vinod Prabhu is facing. How Savata Mataji faced, and she has succeeded in that, her effort. And so is Nitya Sakhi Mataji. So I find my situation exactly in a similar situation that Radha Vinod Prabhu is now experiencing. So I'm in a training stage where I don't know how am I going to do it, but I will make an effort, sincere effort. So my advice to Radha Vinod Prabhu also the same thing. Keep practicing. Practice makes perfect. Man perfect, you know. So teach others. That's the best way of learning. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments?
Prabhuji, may I recite these verses at the end of the chapter? They are very beautiful.
Of course. Yeah, please.
Just one second, Prabhuji. I'll
So
share
instead of
it.
discussion, we can do that. Yes, sure.
So these verses I found very beautiful here. Bolo Bhagwan Shri Krishna Chandra ki jai.
Yeah.
Guru Krishna Vaishnavera Kripa Baladhari Bhakati Vinoda Dina Bahu Yatna Kari. After striving many days and carrying upon his head the Kripa Shakti of Sri Guru Krishna and the Vaishnavas, this lowly Bhakti Vinoda Virachelaji Jaiva Dharma Gaudiya Bhashaya Sampurna Haila Grantha Magi Purnimaya has composed Jaiva Dharma according to the pure conceptions of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. This book was fully complete on Maghi Purnima, the full moon day of the month of Magha. Chaitanyaptachari Shata Dashe Navadvipe Gaudrumasura Bhikunje Janavi Samipe. In the year 410 of the Chaitanya era, 1896, at Surabhi Kunja in Godrumavipa, near Godrumadvipa, near the sacred river Janvi in Naudvipa Mandala. Shri Kali Pavana Gora Padeyan Ras Asha Ei Grantha Pudina Tini Kariya Vishwasa. Those who desire the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga, the purifier of the age of Kali, should read this book with faith. Gaurange Janharana Janmila Shraddha Lesha Ai Grantha Padite Tanre Shapatha Vishesha. However, I take an oath that someone who has not developed even a trace of Shraddha for Sri Gauranga Deva should not read this book. Shukha Mukti Vade Krishna Kabhu Nahi Paya Shraddhavane Vraja Leela Shuddha Rupa Bhaya. For the dry Muktivadis can never attain the shelter of Sri Krishna, but one endowed with spiritual Shraddha will gradually realize the full esoteric aspects of Vrajalila. Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. That was time best spent, in hearing the recital of those verses. And thank you, every one of you. Unless you have any particular point, questions, we might conclude. Radha Vinod Prabhu, you want to say something?
Yeah, one quick question, Prabhuji. The last sentence was very dry, Muktivadi. It's a beautiful thing that.
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, the Prakat Leela and Aprakat Leela. So, Prakat Leela, those performed by Lord Krishna and others saw in a bridge. Aprakat, those people could not say. For like me, neither I see the Prakat and Aprakat because we are not anywhere. So, coming back on that background, how to understand? You say it's a mention here. Aprakat are better than Prakat. How to understand, Prabhuji? I didn't get that point.
No, the point is mentioned there that Aprakata Leela, that is seen by only the pure
Yeah.
souls, they are apparently being glorified than Prakata Leela, but in reality, both are actually, one should see as identical. Okay. Other big difference why it's glorified more, because Aprakata Leela is going all the time, Nitya, and there is no separation in that. Whereas Pragata Leela, it is happening when Krishna physically appeared on this planet, and then everybody could see him. Although those who could see him, they did not necessarily see him as who really he was. Just like Duryodhana never realized, even when he saw Krishna face to face, the Krishna who he is. So that is what we are talking about. So in reality, both Apragata and Pragata Leela is same, with the exception of these realities. That Apragata Leela is happening eternally, but it's not visible to those who are not qualified. Second aspect, in that we learn there is no separation. Krishna and the gopis and the gopas, they eternally enjoy always. So Goloka is that way there. But when we did Brahat Bhagavatamrita, we learned it. The Gopakumara, even when he attained Goloka Vrindavan, he still decided to come back to Vraja, and he worshipped Krishna in Vraja himself. Okay, so that is one which we can identify ourselves, because we are here now. We are not there in Golok Vrindavan. We have no idea. We heard the description, but just like somebody is glorifying, such a wonderful taste is there of this item. I wish you could taste it, something like that. Unless you taste yourself, you cannot. So Golok Vrindavan Dharma is beyond our perception. But this Vrindavan is right here, that we can go and enjoy. Okay, but we have to see this Vrindavan also in that kind of same spirit. Otherwise, it will seem like any other place. So, नजरिया चाहिए, देखने की नजरिया चाहिए. नजरिया समझते आप? You have to have that vision.
No, you put it so nicely. Otherwise, we think of only this Vrindavan.
Physically, you can see Vrindavan. Physically, you
can
can see Vrindavan through your eyes, but you're not actually seeing Vrindavan.
seeing that. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Thank you.
इसे कहते हैं नजरिया. और सबका अपना अपना देखने का अंदाज अलग अलग है. So devotee's andaza is exactly the way it is being described in Sri Jaiva Dharma. Thank you, Prabhu. Any other point, questions?
Thanks.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Just want to add one comment that year 1896, which is mentioned when this Jaiva Dharma was completed, the same year Prabhupada has taken birth, 1st September
Oh, really?
1896.
My God, that's really wonderful remembrance. Thank
Yeah,
you, Mataji.
just wanted
sharing
to
with me.
share that.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Bol.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Lakshmataji, yes.
So wonderful that we have heard so wonderful nectar, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations to complete this course. And
Thank you very much.
यह अभी आज हमने जो ये सारे स्टेजेस हमने पढ़े और समझे, तो मतलब अभी तो हम अनर्थ निवृत्ति स्टेज पे इतनी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, तो मगर हमारा गोल ये रखना चाहिए कि हम ये स्टेज पे पहुंच सके एनी लाइफ टाइम. वी डोंट
Exactly. The goal must be there.
मगर हमें वैदिक भक्ति के साथ भगवान से प्रागात्मिक भाव भी जोड़ते रहना चाहिए, हमारा जितना हो सके उतना. This is right understanding, Prabhuji?
Exactly right, perfect understanding. That's exactly Raghunath Das Goswami in his Mana Siksha is telling that actually with gross body you do your Vedic bhakti, but the subtle body, this mentally you render Raga Bhakti. Whatever that we are learning from Jaiva Dharma. So that we can do
Same
certainly,
message,
right?
Prabhuji.
On a mental
Same
platform, we can
message
do.
of Mana Shiksha, Prabhuji, right?
Yeah, exactly same, identical. And that's why here he is being repeatedly quoted here in Sri Jaiva Dharma. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so
let
much.
us conclude the class now. and I am very, very eternally grateful to all of you for your time and efforts and patience to put up, because obviously I have so many shortcomings, but the effort that I can claim is very sincere. I have made very sincere effort. To what extent I'm successful, that only you can tell, right? So I would be happy to hear your comments. And this is very likely going to be my last course, okay? But I will come and see you time to time. I'm going to pursue my second doctoral study, if Krishna permits, and looks like it is coming to that stage, and that I'm going to fully devoted to writing my book, okay? And of course, we'll be publishing with Sanjeev Prabhuji's help all the PowerPoints for all those courses that we covered. Soon enough, you'll see in the print. Haribol. So please bless me that I may succeed before I drop this body. Haribol.
Prabhuji, we will miss you a lot, Prabhuji. Please do
Jaiva,
come
and so,
often, Prabhuji. Please.
thank you. So do I. I will try my best. Okay. But now it is in very good hands, Sharat Prabhuji. I know I groomed him particularly for this purpose, and he's a very sincere devotee. So please render the same kind of love and respect to him and try to learn from him. He has such a vast body of learning. Okay.
Sure,
now
Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Now I'm going to request Saga Prabhu.
Thank you, Chandravai. Thank you,
Thank
Chandravai,
you.
for taking us in this journey of Jaiva Dharma. Very wonderful done. Congratulations.
Thank you. हर्ष
I'm grateful to you.
હમણાં અહીંયા અજીત તારી સાથે તારી વાત કરતા હતા, અમે લોકો ભાનુના ઘરે આવ્યો છે ને હમણાં, તો વાત
Yeah.
કરતા હતા કે તું ને સુરેશભાઈ અહીંયા આવવાની કોશિશ કરતા હતા, પણ કઈ જામ્યું નહીં ને. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Let's
thank
do
you.
next. Okay, thank you so
Sure.
much.
So Saga Prabhu is there? Saga Prabhu?
No,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji,
today I am
Sari
going
Prabhuji is
to
not
do.
here.
Okay, Raksha Mataji, go ahead.
Namta Mataji, may I do?
Yes, I was telling you only, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayine. Praladadayine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Vahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Vahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimhamadhim Sharanam Prapate. तव कर कमलवरे नाखा अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनु मृंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय हो नरसिंहदेव 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 जय हो नरसिंहदेव जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय हो। भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हो। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तारू प्रभु की जय हो। जय धर्म की जय हो। भक्ति विनोदा ठाकुर की जय हो। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Thank
दंडवत
you.
प्रणाम।
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. I wish you all the best. And I'll
Happy-
see you time to time. Haribol.
Happy Diwali to all devotees. Happy Diwali.
Same to you too, Mataji.
Happy
so much.
Deepavali।
Happy Deepavali, Prabhuji. Dhanvat
Tomorrow I
pranam.
will
Keep in touch with all of us, Prabhu ji, please.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Haribol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hari bol, big Hari bol to everyone।
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol.
Hari Bol,
Hare
Mataji.
Happy Diwali to everyone.
Thank you so much,
Diwali
Prabhuji.
to you
Hare
all.
Krishna.
Krishna.
I will meet Vaiji tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Vaiji.